It's day 29 of my 30-day Disney challenge, and today I'm talking about my favorite ride in a Disney park. Okay, so like I said, I said, in yesterday's video that it's been about 10 years since I've been to Walt Disney World, and that's my only, experience in a Disney park. So I know there are new rides that I've never ridden before because I haven't been there. I haven't been back since. So I'm going to go based on what I know and of the rides that I've been on, of things that I've heard. And I've heard Expedition Everest at Animal Kingdom is an amazing ride. I didn't get to experience it. That might replace my, my current pick for favorite ride, but like I said, never rode it, so it can't be my favorite. So yeah, looking back, that I was in Walt Disney World for 9 days, 8 nights, and I mean, if you've ever been to Walt Disney World, you know that even with 9 days, it's impossible to see everything and to ride everything, and but during that time, there were only 2 rides that I actually rode more than once. And one of them I don't really even consider a ride because it was at Epcot, and I think I mentioned in yesterday's video that Epcot doesn't really have rides, they have experiences. Like, I don't consider Mission to Mars a ride. It's an experience where you get to experience high G-force and what it could be like to, go through outer space and, all that. But, I mean, simulated, because obviously it's nothing like that. The G-forces that actual astronauts experience, much higher than what they simulate. But, I mean, otherwise, Mission to Mars was great. Luckily, I got on it when I did because, the day after I went to Epcot, it got shut down because a kid died on it. Kid had a pre-existing heart condition and got on that ride, and the G-forces caused him to go into cardiac arrest. And then for the rest of the week that I was there, Mission to Mars was closed. But anyway, that's not the one that I rode twice. I only rode that once, and that was mostly because my mom wasn't a fan. But the ride that I did ride twice at Epcot was Soarin'. And like I said, it's not really a ride, it's more of an experience. Again, it's a simulation type thing where you ride a hang glider like over the California countryside and, around the Sierra Nevadas, Napa Valley, like all of that. And it was great. Like I said, I enjoyed it so much that I did go back and do it again the second time that we went to Epcot. Did we go to Epcot twice, or did we do that the same day? I can't remember if we went to Epcot twice. I don't remember. But yeah, Soarin' is one of the things that I did twice. But it wasn't my favorite ride. Like I said, I don't really consider it a ride. It was more of an experience. No, the only other whatever, that I did twice was at Disney MGM Studios. And yes, I'm calling it Disney MGM Studios because that's what it was when I was there. It wasn't Disney Hollywood Studios, it's Disney MGM Studios. And that was the Rockin' Roller Coaster. First of all, when I was a teenager, I was really a big fan of Aerosmith. I don't know why I was a big fan of Aerosmith, but I was, and the fact that I was on a roller coaster that was just blasting Aerosmith music I was okay with that. That was cool. That being said, the Rocking Roller Coaster is on my list of best roller coasters that I've ever been on. Like, it's right up there. I mean, it's not number 1. Number 1 is still Kingda Ka at Great Adventure, Six Flags Great Adventure. But it's definitely on my list. It's definitely in the top 5 of my of my list. And but yeah, it was so great. The fact that, again, much like Space Mountain, it's pretty much pitch black in this place. The only light you see is neon, and it's amazing. And the twists, the corkscrews, the flip, the loops, all that stuff. You don't see it coming, and which I loved. That was the first time that I was ever in an indoor roller coaster. Yeah, I did. Actually, I didn't get on Space Mountain yet. I think Space Mountain was one that I did the next. I think I did Space Mountain the next day when I went back to the Magic Kingdom. But yeah, it was the first time I was ever in an indoor roller coaster that was just, oh, it was so cool. And like I said, I liked it so much that I did ride it twice. And it's, yeah. Ooh, I don't know if it is in my top 5. If it's in my top 5, it's probably number 5. 5, maybe 4. And it's probably 4. It's probably number 4 on my list of top 10 roller coasters. Anyway, I'm off track again, but yeah. I said Rock and Roller Coaster was my favorite ride. Tower of Terror is also on that list. Tower of Terror was fun. I didn't get on it more than once. Again, Tower of Terror was shut down for part of my stay there because when I was there, there was a woman that was on there also with a pre-existing heart condition who died. So, yeah. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else that worth mentioning? I mean, all in all, Disney World's great, but the rides aren't the wow factor for me wasn't the rides. It was everything else, like the shows, the attractions, just everything. Like I remember one of the more vivid memories of that was when I was in the Magic Kingdom. They have a recreation of the Swiss Family Robinson treehouse. That was awesome. Huge fan. Tom Sawyer's Island was awesome, which isn't there anymore. Haunted Mansion was great. Again, I don't really consider Haunted Mansion... I mean, I guess it's a ride, but it's one of those, sit in a little car and have it, turn and stuff and show you things. That was the Haunted Mansion ride, and it was great. Don't get me wrong, I liked it, but I don't really consider it a ride. I guess it's a ride. I don't know. But yeah, everything... the rides that I was on, I liked. Except for, what was it? Splash Mountain was a little underwhelming. Okay, it was okay. It would be much better if, I actually knew some of the, references. But since Song of the South is never, ever, ever going to be released again, I'm probably never, ever, ever going to fully understand those references. Anyway, even Space Mountain was underwhelming. I mean, again, it's great. It was fun, but it's a little underwhelming. I'm really into the thrill rides, so Space Mountain wasn't really a thrill ride to me. And it was a roller coaster, but it wasn't really that thrilling. Again, and I think in that with Space Mountain, it was more. That's what I'm thinking about. The environment of it was the thrill. The fact that you were going through what seemed to be outer space, because it was pitch black. All you see was simulated starlight. Which, yeah, I'm rambling, pretty much just filling time now, and I'm already up to almost, 10 minutes? Yeah, I'm already up to 10 minutes, almost, so I'm going to cut it off here, and that'll be it for this challenge, or not this challenge, but this day of the challenge. There's still one more day yet for day 30, and day 30 is my favorite show from a Disney World park. And there's a few of them that I actually really enjoyed. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. And I'll see you tomorrow.